Welcome back to the channel, glad to have you here. In today's video, I'm going to talk about wormwood, everything that you need to know to use wormwood herb correctly, from the benefits to the side effects, to the dosages and warnings and precautions and the best form and the best time to use it, as well as a couple of important considerations if you want to use it for its specific uses and how to optimize and maximize its potential. Everything that you need to know about wormwood you can find in today's video. Now, if you're new here to the channel, I'm Nora and I do daily videos talking about natural holistic methods that I personally use myself, and wormwood is one of the best herbs that I use for myself and my family, and it has helped us a lot with many of the ailments. Now, wormwood is a perennial herb that's native to Europe, Asia and specific parts of North Africa. It's been used for centuries in traditional medicine for its many health benefits. Also, one of the best ways to use wormwood is for its anti-parasitic properties, but also you could also use it topically on the hair, on the face. You could use it as a tincture, as an oil, and this is what we're going to talk about in today's video. It has a long history of medicinal uses, with various cultures utilizing it for different purposes, and one of the most common purposes is for, firstly, digestive health. It's believed to stimulate the digestion and alleviate symptoms of indigestion like bloating and gas. Also great for parasite cleansing because it's traditionally being used to help with intestinal parasites like roundworms and pinworms as well. Also, it's great for appetite stimulant. In some cultures, wormwood is also used to stimulate the appetite, particularly for anyone experiencing a loss of appetite. Anyone who has problems with menstrual disorders, it's been historically used to relieve menstrual pain and regulate menstrual cycles as well. Great as a fever reducer, and that's been used in folk medicine, and it's been employed to help in reducing fevers naturally and reducing symptoms associated with the rising fever. Now, let's talk about the benefits of wormwood. So while the scientific research on the benefits of wormwood is limited, and we're going to discuss it in today's video, there are many benefits, including, first of all, it's anti-inflammatory. There has been many studies. I'll link some of these studies in the description box below this video, so you can go ahead and do your own research later on. Many of these scientific studies suggest that wormwood possesses anti-inflammatory properties, which could benefit conditions, specifically when it comes to arthritis, because it's an inflammatory condition that attacks the joints and it causes so much problems as well. Also, it contains antimicrobial effects. It contains compounds that exhibit antimicrobial activity, which may help to combat certain bacterial and fungal infections. It also contains antioxidants that are present in wormwood. These work to protect cells from oxidative stress, and they reduce the risk of chronic diseases as well. Really important for the digestive system, and it helps to support the gastrointestinal system as well. And it promotes overall health in terms of the digestion by stimulating bile production and improving nutrient absorption. Now, with that being said, there are some side effects to wormwood. Despite its potential effects, it also can cause adverse reactions in some people, especially when you consume it in large amounts or you consume it for an extended period of time without pausing. Some common side effects include, first of all, we have neurotoxicity, which occurs when you consume high doses of wormwood, and this can lead to neurotoxic effects, causing symptoms like dizziness, seizures, and hallucinations. Also, allergic reactions are one of the side effects as well, and this occurs in some people who may experience allergic reaction to wormwood, manifesting in symptoms like skin rashes, itching, and difficulty breathing as well. Also, gastrointestinal stress, and in some cases, wormwood can exacerbate or worsen symptoms of gastrointestinal disorders like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea for anyone having a really sensitive digestive system. And it's best to do a patch test and before consuming wormwood in large amounts. Also, if you're pregnant, please do not take wormwood. Do not give wormwood to children as well, unless it is specified in terms of you're clear with your doctor about the dosages and so forth, because especially when it comes to pregnant women, it can stimulate uterine contractions. It can also increase the risk of miscarriage. So what about the dosages? So when you're using Wormwood, it's important to follow the dosage recommendations and take the necessary precautions to minimize any of the side effects. So the recommended dosage does vary based on the specific preparation, based on what you're using it for. Usually I like taking Wormwood in tincture form. That way I use a brand that I rely on, and then they give me the specific dose to stick to for the various purpose. And I've previously shared in a video that I made earlier when I started the channel on the tincture that I use, and it was around 2000 milligrams, and it was specifically for the purpose of acting as an anti-parasite to help with a parasite cleanse for that purpose. So it gave me the specific dosage to follow, and I was also under the guidance of my naturopath during that time. Now, individuals with certain conditions, anyone who has epilepsy, anyone who has liver disease, please avoid Wormwood. Also, prolonged use, high doses should always be avoided to prevent toxicity. Now let's talk about the best time and the best way to consume Wormwood, and that actually depends on individual preferences. It also depends on your own health goals and the specific form of Wormwood that you are using. Now, in terms of forms of Wormwood, it's available in many forms: capsules, tinctures, teas, the dried herb. My favorite is tinctures because it's concentrated and it is more bioavailable in terms of the compounds, much more easier to absorb and faster to act as well. The capsules and the tinctures, they offer a convenient dosing, and they're often prepared for, like under lab. That way we have the exact standardized concentrations required. The teas and the dried herb preparation, these can be brewed, these can be consumed as a beverage, preferably a hot beverage, and they provide a more traditional holistic approach to herbal consumption. Now, what about the best time to use Wormwood? Well, it actually does depend. In the morning, if you prefer taking Wormwood in the morning, it will help to stimulate the digestion, and it will also provide a natural energy boost for the day ahead. If you consume Wormwood before meals, this will help to enhance its digestive effects by stimulating the bile production and also improving nutrient absorption. What about if you consume it before bed? What will happen here? Well, before bed, Wormwood is really beneficial for anyone using it as a natural remedy for insomnia and to promote relaxation. It's important to bear in mind 3 points in regards to the dosage. I'm not going to say the exact dosage here because it does depend on your weight, on the reason that you're using it for, on your height, age, and so forth. First of all, start slow. It's essential to start a really low dose of Wormwood in the beginning, and then I want you to gradually increase as you are more tolerant of the herb, in order to minimize the risk of any side effects happening. It's important also to follow the dosage recommendations that are provided on the product label or by your healthcare professional. Now, the dosages can vary depending on the form and on the concentration of the Wormwood preparation. And please avoid prolonged use, because we talked about toxicity, we talked about all these problems happening because people are using it for a very long time and in high doses as well. So as I said, if you're trying to use it as a digestive support, it's best to take it before meals in order to stimulate the digestion. If you want to use it for parasite cleansing, it's important to follow a protocol that's recommended by your healthcare professional, which may involve using Wormwood for specific dosages and the duration of use. If you want to use it for menstrual support, then you can consume Wormwood during your menstrual cycle to help in reducing symptoms of pain and regulate the menstrual flow as well. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.